So this run is definitely up there with Mounting Jun and Jia for being some of the hardest to complete in the game. The amount of precision you need to pull off this one is just immense because there's so many officers to actually take out here. You have to kill everybody on the map, and there's just a ton in Lu Bu's scenario. So it's very easy to make mistakes because you're just tested completely over and over and over again. And even in this one, where I got a lot of things that went well for me, I still didn't hit every officer as fast as I possibly could. So there's always room for improvement there. The first thing that I do is clear out the main force that originally attacks the castle, and while I'm doing this I need to make sure that I at least pick up one tome, and I suggest everybody else does this if you're speedrunning it, to pick up at least one tome while you're there because it'll really come in handy later. And once this is done, I try going around the map. I go down the eastern side of the map, and I find that to be really the best route to go because you don't have to take out gates. You can avoid gates completely besides like one gate you need to take out. But I also hit the archer base on the way, and I also take out Yuan Shu on the eastern side of the map. He actually teleports. I noticed that a lot. He teleports when I go down the east. That caught me by surprise the first couple of times that I was using that route. And you also want to use another tome to make sure you get through the gate of the base. And so that'll really come in handy because the gates just take forever to take down. And I also take out the other officer before getting back on my horse. But then after that I go and take out Yuan Shao. You can jump straight into his base and just completely avoid taking out any gates. And then also Zhang Zhao is right outside of there, so I take him out right after.
Enemy officer defeated. Forward! Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated.
My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching. My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching.
I know we can depend on you. You inspire us all to courage.
Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated.
This time I was merely testing you. Next time you shall face the might of the Yuan family.
This is when I go to move to where like Cao Cao spawns in at. I noticed the Cao Cao's on a timer, and I'm not sure what's that like it's based off of. Like I don't know if it's you go in a certain vicinity or you have to kill people like quickly or what's going on there. But anytime I try going towards him, like towards that area before he like says he's gonna come through, it usually doesn't end too well. If I try heading there before Yuan Xiao's dead or Zhang Zhao, he ends up not like I end up wasting time basically just sitting there. Once Liu Bei and everybody else spawns back in and you take them out, it's required that you at least have one tome after you attack them so you can make it up quickly to the top part of the map where Lu Bu's at. He should hold off some of the enemies, but this is where it really gets complicated because there's plenty of enemies that might spawn in different places. I don't really have those like spawn locations memorized or who they are, but there's plenty of runs where there'll be a random officer that's kind of like an outlier, and it'll take up like an extra minute to take him out because you have to run over there. And then other times there'll be officers like you'll be fighting everybody, you're almost done clearing out everyone, and then somebody will spawn right in and it'll also eat up time. But that didn't happen on this run, and that's why it was a lot faster than some of the other ones that I was getting. And also one thing that I noticed is that the enemies when you're fighting Cao Cao and everybody when they spawn back in, I noticed that you can actually kind of take advantage before they become like buffed up. Cao Cao will send a certain message, and that message actually like triggers them to become like in their buffed state. So if you're actually able to like kind of kill them a little bit quicker if you go to them immediately before he like says that message. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching, and I appreciate the support.
Enemy officer defeated.
New world should now
officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated.
The yellow turtle has fallen.
Enemy officer defeated.
Will these vermin never learn? I shall prevail no matter how many appear.
Enemy officer defeated. Forward! Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated. My dream is just out of reach. Just out of it. Enemy officer defeated. Enemy officer defeated.